So you guys are here. Well, you were here in Fallcrest. Now, Fallcrest had a call to arms. There is it's the King's Road, as you can see here from Fallcrest, which is in the middle of the map. Fallcrest goes all the way northwest up towards the Cairngorm Peaks. Lots of giants in the Cairngorm Peaks. Well, there's a lot of orcs in the peaks also, and there's a lot of other filth and rabble around, like kobolds. There is a Lord Pedrain that is in Winterhaven, and he sent several messengers to Fallcrest to try to recruit adventurers to take care of this massive kobold problem that's been brewing around Winterhaven. So that, there was a sort of like a public hearing, a public announcement in Fallcrest. That's where all of you guys have gotten together, and you've decided to make the travel towards Winterhaven. Now you've traveled for a couple days. The map actually should be pretty accurate distance-wise. So you're looking at about 55 miles from Fallcrest to Winterhaven. So walking, as you guys are, will take you 2 days, basically 2 days. And the first day you encounter a couple kobolds, you fend them off, no harm, no foul. You kill a couple kobolds, but nobody gets hurt. Towards the middle of the second day, you're traveling. You're starting to get closer to Winterhaven. The forest is getting much denser. You guys are now on the Guardberry Downs, and now this is the area that where the kobolds are starting to ransack caravans. They're ransacking caravans all along the King's Road, and they want proof of taking care of this vermin problem, the kobold problem, and you guys are on your way to Winterhaven. So I'm going to pull you guys up to the first map, and you guys can see also down here in the handouts section, everybody has their own. You guys have all found your own personal journals. That's just between you and I, and you and I only that can see it. And you'll see that here's a map of the Nentervale. And I put a lot of information about all of these different areas of the Nentervale, and it's just information, common information that you would find out just reading books and journals in any kind of town. That's an Nentervale. So if there's somewhere in the future where you would like to, test out, try out, read some of that content, and let me know, and we'll put something together. So, all right, now I'm going to move you guys over to your first map. I have a barrel. Who took the barrel? I had a barrel here on the map. Somebody jacked my barrel. Anyways, you guys are probably about right here.
About probably half a couple hours from Winterhaven, is that right?
Yeah, you're probably a couple hours from Winterhaven.
Just past the cutoff to Gardmore Abbey, huh?
Now, you guys are actually past the cutoff for Gardmore Abbey. So here you guys are. You
nice
guys
map.
are. Thanks. It's one of my maps that I tried to throw together. I had another one, but unfortunately, I deleted it with about 100 other maps. So the wind in your face is cool and comfortable. The road beneath your feet is level. An occasional ancient cobblestone peeks through the dirt road, indicating decades of neglect. You notice footprints leading up and down the road, many of which were made by small, clawed feet. So this is the King's Road, where you guys are traveling from east to west. Lots of cover around. You can also see to the north There are some gravestones pitted in the ground. They look to be pretty fresh graves, actually. As you kind of look over, you see the nice fresh mounds of dirt. Lots of large boulders around, lots of bush that is probably 2 to 3, some places 4 feet tall. What would you guys like to do? Would you guys like to just continue going across the road?
Well, I tell you, I see the tracks, so I'm letting the other people know these fresh tracks. Get your weapons out. Be careful.
Well, I'm not sure what these tracks are. Hey, Leopold, any idea what these tracks are?
On the top of my head,
All
no,
we
not
know
really.
could be
But,
near Weldon's. Seems like a place that lots of animals would travel.
Yeah,
Gimli-
but I was
Gimli
gonna
probably know, wouldn't he? Being a dwarf.
I know this much. I would like to have my character do a perception check just of the area and all that stuff, because you said there are a lot of tracks on the ground, and we know what we're doing, right? We're going to go fight kobolds, and you said they're lizard type, right? Kobold type tracks. So yeah, I'd just like to do a perception check for around the area.
Okay, why don't you give me a nature check?
Okay. So to make sure I do that right, I would do 1d20 plus 4, right?
That would be correct. Yep. The total skill column, that's it. Yep. That would be a 1d20 plus 4. So I'm basically looking for about a DC 10. They're level 1. And on my DM screen says DC of 10 is easy. This is to help get them used to skill checks, to get them used to the combat in 4th edition.
I hope I did that right. This is the first time I've used Roll20, so...
Let's see. That is a 5.
I think a squirrel. I think it's a bunch of squirrel tracks, guys. We should be fine. Fine.
Yeah, you're not able to determine what type of tracks there are. They look small and reptilian. You don't know if it's a lizard or what. You don't know if it's a lizard man or a lizard.
Interesting. I'm a little interested in these graves up here that I can see. I'm gonna go check out these graves.
20.
I'd like to go with you as well. I'd like to pray to the goddess Raven for safe passage for these spirits.
Oh, nice. I like it.
I still have a bad feeling about this.
Kobolds plus 5 stealth. Very
All right,
nice.
Dave. I'm
Ooh,
checking
wow,
out these
plus
gravestones.
10
I want to see if
stealth.
there's anything written on them or what they look like. On a
Look
closer
behind our
look.
Look down the road while they're doing this.
So, which one do you want to look at? There's three graves there.
I'll take a look at the right one first.
All right, the one on the right, it says in common, it says, "Here lies good old Fred. A great big rock fell on his head."
Well, whoever carved his headstone has quite the humor.
I wonder if it was the rock that fell on his head.
Wait, rocks can carve stone?
No, whoever carved it for him. I wonder if it was the rock. They carved the rock on his head that fell on him. So what about the middle one? What do I see there?
This says, "Here lies my good friend Jim. He went in the lake, but he couldn't swim." It's so stupid.
And they must have dragged him a far ways away. Because I don't see a lake anywhere nearby. And then the left one?
Rest in peace, Cousin Hewitt. We all know you didn't do it.
I wonder what
Someone
he didn't
hung and drawn, did he? For something he didn't do.
And just by looking at them, can I give me an idea? Can I have an idea of how old they are? You said you thought they're fairly new, but looking at them, could I have an idea?
I would say probably. Actually, why don't you give me a nature check also?
Sure.
I also like to send tells out, also, folks. So always pay attention to your tells.
Hey guys, did you hear that? And
What?
Heal what?
I'm not good with directions. Also, Dave, which way would be
North is
that direction?
always. Yep, north is always up.
From the opposite side of those graves, I think, up in that area near that big rock.
Okay.
And Dave, could I do a perception check in that direction and all that for in case of danger?
Well, yeah, I did a passive perception for you, and you were able to determine that what I told you.
Okay,
So I
cool.
say-
Thank you.
I mean,
also
you could
say-
actually see the bushes moving a little bit slightly in that area.
I say, I hear something out there, guys. Just be ready for it. And I actually draw my sword and shield, just have them
So
in
I
my
drew
hands.
I
I'm looking
drew a
around.
12.
And, you see my roll, Dave?
You had a 16. So
That's right.
they've probably been there for probably about a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be a squirrel who made all these tracks in that bush over there, guys. So get ready.
I'm also going to take a look at these pile of sticks off to the right. They kind of look weird.
Oh, that's just a really thorny shrubbery.
Oh, okay.
Looks like it would hurt if you got pushed into it.
Gotcha.
I'm talking to the guy next to me. He says, "Those ain't squirrel tracks. I know what squirrel tracks look like. That ain't squirrel tracks."
Give me a nature check, Gimlet. Let's see if you know what these tracks are.
There's a part of me that hopes he fails, and he's like, "It's a dragon."
Let's see what kind of tracks these are. Let's see if you know. Gimlet, you think they're squirrels also?
They're just big squirrels. That's it.
Well, guys, I think we're burning daylight. We need to get to Winterhaven, so I think we should probably continue on.
Be cautious, though.
If you say so, guys, but
Autumn, what were you wanting
shouldn't
to
we
pray?
make sure that that bush isn't something dangerous? You said you saw something.
I wanted to pray that these 3 souls made it to the Raven Queen to satiate her hunger for more souls.
Whoa. Creepy, I like it.
And as I walk away, I say, "Better you than me," to the grave.
Alright, so as you guys start to move west a little bit more, now everyone hears the bushes all around you starting to erupt. You guys aren't surprised because you had a couple party members notify everyone that the bushes were moving. So I'm not going to let there be any element of surprise, but what I want you guys to do is let's go ahead and roll initiative and we'll do some combat. Now first off, to roll initiative, all you guys do is just target your tokens. I made it really easy for you. Target your token and hit the initiative macro that pops up. That's all you got to do.
Dave, did you put the +2 in for?
No, that's one thing I did not do. I knew I forgot something. You guys can just go ahead and I'll just have to add another +2 on there. I don't want to have to do that, but I will do that, and I'll add in a query for you guys inside of your macro for the warlord within 10 squares. I knew I forgot something. God damn it. No problem though. Alright, flip the table, Leopold. Exactly. Alright.
Yeah,
got
as soon
one
as I
good
saw that,
roll.
I was like, really? Really?
Wow.
I did something when I was making my character sheet. Down below where the names are,
Okay.
think I made an extra initiative for me personally. I don't think it belongs there because my initiative is not working.
Alright, now what happened now, Gim? I was doing initiatives. Your
Well,
initiative is a 2, so your initiative macro should be working with a +2. Let me double check the formula. Yeah, should be working. You just
It didn't pop them in for some reason.
well, sometimes when a lot of people are clicking initiatives at the same time, sometimes I guess the tracker just can't keep up. So I did see that you rolled a 17, but it's no problem. All we got to do is just
Because I'm not in the tracker either.
okay.
All right, and also don't forget you guys get a +2 bonus on top of your initiative because you have a warlord in your group. So you guys will get to introduce your characters when you get to Winterhaven. So we'll do that in just a little bit. So I think Peter, is your total initiative right? 19.
Mine's right. Yeah,
Okay.
mine is corrected as 17.
Alright.
I rolled a
Alright.
15.
So I'll make a Ren 7. Everybody is within 10 squares. Gimli, you have a 19. Well, yeah, I think you will have a 19. Let me double check. Yes, you will. And what about you, Crasher? What are you going to have?
I'll have a 6.
Wow. Pulling up the old caboose, huh? Alright. So it looks like,
Unfortunately.
alright. First up is the bush that was making a lot of noise. A kobold pops out. This kobold is wielding he is wielding a short sword and also a shield. And he charges in. So, seeing that these kobolds are shifty little critters, and the bushes they don't have any kind of movement impedance because of their size. Even if they did, it really wouldn't have mattered anyway. They would have got to. I'm sorry, this one does not have a shield. This one is basically just wielding, I believe it's just a short sword. And it is actually a javelin. My bad. So many more choices for monsters in 4th edition. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and attack. I'm going to get right in there and attack the warlord. And that is a +6 versus AC. So the first roll for the kobolds, is a 23 versus armor class. I bet you that's a hit.
That's a hit.
So you're going to take a total of 4 damage from the javelin as it pierces past your shield and sticks you directly in the chest. Stabs you right in the boob. Alright, now I'm also going to go ahead and do an at-will power also, which is a minor action. And I'm going to basically, he's going to tumble back, shift one square back, and that is it for him. Next up, Gimlet, you're up. And each square is 5 feet. So whatever, if you have an 8 square movement, basically, or a 7 square movement, that means that you can move 7 squares or 35 feet. So there you go. So what are you doing, Gim? I know you're charging on in. Remember, pulling your weapon out is a minor action. And once you move, that's it. It's not like 5th edition where you can break your movement up. Once you move in 4th edition, that's it. Unless you have a specific, maybe a utility power that will allow you to either move or teleport.
I already have my shield and hammer in hand. I'm going to step up and whack this critter.
You gonna whack him? Alright. Gim charges in 10 feet. Thrusting his weapon towards the small little kobold as his eyes gets big. Does Gim hit? Let's see. Gim,
He does not.
you forfeit the rest of your turn. You rolled a 1, so we're not gonna do any Wheel of Misfortunes this week. Although starting next week we will. I do have a 4th edition Wheel of Misfortune fumble chart all ready to go too, so that's a good thing. So we won't do any
At
of
least
those
I got it out of the way.
this week. If you you got it out of the way though. So if you roll a 1, you basically just forfeit the rest of your time, and you're not able to recover. That's how we're gonna do it this week. So. All right, Gimlet, that's it for you. I've got another kobold that is joining the fray. He comes from behind the rock, and he almost trips over one of these bushes. So this kobold is using a sling, and he is whirling it around. Oh wow! And he attacks. And let's see. Yeah, he pulls this this large stone out of a special pouch, and you can see that this thing is dripping with this slime as he puts it into a sling and then launches it right towards the dwarf. Wow, these guys get +8. That is ridiculous. I love it. Whoops. Did you say figures?
I did.
All right, Gim. Wow. 24 versus armor class. So, you're going to get hit for a little bit of damage. Ooh, you get hit for max damage. You get hit for 11 damage, Gim. And you are immobilized until you end with a successful saving throw. So, all you do is you just go and look at the conditions card real quick. And immobilized means that you have the boot on you. And immobilized, you basically can't move. You can take actions, you just can't move. Alright, so let's see. Let's get the boot on you. There we go. And that's it for Gim, so you'll be able to make a saving throw when it's the end of your turn. Alright, and that is it for this kobold here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and use an action, a minor action, and I will shift over one more square. Alright, next up I have another kobold. And this kobold seems to be charging into combat from the rear. And this this kobold here is wielding a javelin also. And he appears to be charging towards Leopold's character.
Only thing I'm thinking is I'm about to die. That's it. That's all I'm thinking. Like
15.
Crit.
No, he's... Oh, a crit in 4th edition is just max damage. There's no rolling for 4th edition. Alright, so I'm going to attack you. +6 versus armor class. And that is an 11 versus armor class. I think that might be a miss on you. Was that a confirmed miss?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, that's a miss on me. Oh,
Okay.
Breathe in.
Yep. And you know, the great thing about 4th edition also is your cards will tell you if it's your attack versus armor class, or your attack versus fortitude, or reflex or will. So there's really no saving throws. Just saving throws for, you know, death saving throws, and also to get rid of conditions like the immobilization that is on Gim right now. All right, Peter, you're up now. What are you doing?
All right. Of course, for a couple things. First, I want to know, are these kobolds saying anything yet at all, or any words coming out of their mouths?
They're yelling some gibberish. They're basically saying to kill these intruders quickly. We must get them back to the lair.
So I also now want to dredge my memory and try to think if I know anything special about these kobolds or anything about them.
Sure thing. Give me a nature check. Great thing about 4th edition, you can do checks on, and that's a free action. So if we're ever fighting any kind of creatures, folks, you can try to recall your memory, and I'll tell you to give me a nature check, or a dungeoneering check, or an arcana check, or a religion check, or whatever, and you can possibly learn some lore about these. Alright, so you know that kobolds often dwell near a dragon's lair, maintaining a safe distance, but bringing sacrificial offerings to their god. Most dragons ignore kobolds, as a crocodile ignores the birds that pick its teeth clean. Once in a great while, however, a young dragon takes an interest in a kobold's cult, which then becomes a real menace to the dragon's enemies. You also know that kobolds are skilled at making traps, which they use to capture prey and to acquire sacrifices for the dragon lords. That is the lore that you can recall about kobolds.
Alright, so I'm going to take a step up, and as I step up, I'm saying, be careful, everyone. These kobolds could be tricky. There could be traps as well. I move up one step, and I'm going to attack this kobold with a Viper Strike.
Oh, okay. I like it. And here is his Viper Strike. At will, strength versus AC, 1 weapon damage plus strength modifier. And if the target shifts before the start of your next turn, it provokes an attack of opportunity, which I like that. Oh, I forgot to show you guys how to